Good morning. Welcome everyone to this funding announcement. We are currently using the Zoom webinar format, and only those people who are here as panelists will be speaking. I wish to welcome Parliamentary Secretary Eric Kazmierczak, Member of Provincial Parliament Bob Bailey, and Mayor Aldo DiCarlo of the Town of Amherstburg. Before we get started, I would like to inform the media in attendance that we have planned for a Q&A period after the speeches are delivered. I will explain how that will work once we get to that part of the agenda. We will begin today's announcement with His Worship Aldo DiCarlo, Mayor of Amherstburg.
Thank you, Don, and good morning to everyone. It is my pleasure to bring greetings from the Town of Amherstburg to those joining me today, our senior level partners in government, and to all those watching and participating in this virtual funding announcement. The Town of Amherstburg is proud to be the recipient of this grant funding agreement from the federal and provincial governments. The successful application for the replacement of Bridge 3012, located at the 5th Concession North over River Canard, will not only address the need for replacement, as identified in our infrastructure needs study, it will also maintain the access it currently provides in a safe and reliable manner for current and future generations. Infrastructure repair, replacement, and revitalization is an ever-growing concern for many municipalities across Ontario and Canada today. These collaborative contributions are not only appreciated, but essential to small municipalities with limited budgets. We are sincerely grateful for receiving these funds to address our critical infrastructure needs. Thank you again to those involved. Don?
Thank you, Mayor DiCarlo. I will now ask Mr. Eric Kazmierczak, Parliamentary Secretary of the Ministry of Employment, Workforce Development and Disability Inclusion, to speak on behalf of the Honorable Miriam Monsef, Minister of Women and Gender Equality and Rural and Economic Development.
Well, thank you very much, Don, and thank you very much, Mayor DiCarlo, for your words, your introduction, and your excellent leadership. Good morning also to my Ontario counterpart, MPP Bob Bailey, who is with us on behalf of the Honorable Laurie Scott, Ontario's Minister of Infrastructure. And good morning to all of our viewers and all of the media here gathered today. I am not in Amherstburg in person. I wish I was right now, and by the waterfront. However, I would still like to acknowledge that the land on which we are making this virtual announcement in Amherstburg is on the traditional territory of the Three Fires Confederacy of First Nations, lands that have been traditionally used by several Indigenous nations, including the communities of the Ojibwe, the Ottawa, and the Potawatomi. Throughout history and today, many Indigenous people across Three Fires Confederacy of First Nations call this region home. Participating in this virtual event reminds me of how the world has changed over the last few months and how we've had to adjust while living with COVID-19. Now more than ever, it is so important for all orders of government to focus on the health and well-being of our citizens as we deal with this pandemic. And the terrific news is that as we've obviously demonstrated over the last number of months and weeks, the different levels of government are in fact working very closely together. And this truly is a Team Canada approach. We also know that things are changing quickly, and today's announcement is a sign of real progress and real teamwork. And that's why I am pleased to join the province and our municipal partners to announce support for 2 bridges and 1 road project in Southern Ontario. The Government of Canada is investing over $4.8 million in these projects. The projects are about keeping communities connected and ensuring that essential infrastructure like bridges are safe and reliable. In Amherstburg, Bridge 3012 over the River Canard will be replaced and its roadway leading to the bridge entrance will be rebuilt, making crossing the bridge safer and more reliable. Residents of St. Clair will benefit from a renovated Holt Line Bridge, which crosses over the Sydenham River. This historical bridge is a vital travel route for residents, and these upgrades will ensure that the bridge remains in top condition for years to come. Finally, reconstructing and widening approximately 3 kilometers of plank road in Sarnia will improve safety conditions for commuters. Our government is working closely with provinces, municipalities, partners, and stakeholders to get projects built quickly. Projects that make a positive difference in the lives of Canadians in these trying times. Through our historic Investing in Canada plan, we are delivering on our promise to build sustainable, resilient communities. And here in Ontario, we have committed over $7.7 billion through our infrastructure plan towards more than 2,500 projects across the province. Projects that are strengthening the communities where you live, raise your families, and work. The health and safety of all Canadians remains our top priority, but we are proud to support projects that will create employment and stabilize our economy during these trying times, and that ensure Canadian communities remain among the best places to live, work, and raise a family. This is critical to our country's recovery as we move forward and build our future. Together, we will improve the well-being of all Canadians. Thank you, and I turn it over back to you, Don.
Thank you, Parliamentary Secretary Kazmierczak. Now we have Mr. Bob Bailey, Member of Provincial Parliament for Sarnia-Lambton, to speak on behalf of the Honourable Laurie Scott, Ontario's Minister of Infrastructure.
Well, thank you, Don, and to my two colleagues as well this morning. Good morning. I'm pleased today to bring greetings on behalf of the Government of Ontario. I'm happy to announce that our government is moving forward on our commitment to improving and upgrading roads and bridges in rural and northern Ontario. Last summer, after a very careful review of infrastructure projects, applications for rural communities in southern Ontario, the provincial government nominated these three projects over here today to the federal government under the rural and northern stream of the Investing in Canada Infrastructure Program, or ISIP. Today's announcement of over $3.2 million, along with the significant contributions from our federal partner and municipality, means that local residents in these communities will have access to better and safer roads and bridges so they can get where they need to go. The town of Amherstburg will greatly benefit from a new and improved bridge, along with the roads leading to that bridge. We're also investing in the Township of St. Clair by rehabilitating the historical Holt Line Bridge over the Sydenham River. And in the City of Sarnia, the widening and re-improvement of the plank road between South Indian Road and Highway 40 will increase the safety for travelers and extend the road's lifespan for many years to come. On a personal note, being from Sarnia-Lambton, I know firsthand that these two projects will really benefit local residents, and I'm delighted that we can move forward with shovels in the ground to make these improvements a reality. We're investing in and protecting what matters most to these communities. This is so residents can get to work or to the hospital or a restaurant and back home safely and on time to their families. Over the next 10 years, we're investing more than $167 million in road, bridge, air, marine infrastructure right across the province. Overall, the Investing in Canada Infrastructure Program will unlock up to $30 billion in cost-shared funding. We will continue to work closely with our federal government partners to secure more project approvals. Today's announcement is one of many that will follow to strengthen our communities, provide more reliable infrastructure, and create new jobs all across this great province. We are getting shovels moving across Ontario by investing in projects like the ones announced today, which will create jobs and help with the economic recovery efforts. I want to thank the municipalities, as well as the federal government, for their significant investments in these projects. We remain committed to providing predictable, secure infrastructure funding to address local and provincial needs. Thank you very much.
Thank you, MPP Bailey. At this time, we will be taking questions from the media. Please pose your questions through the Q&A function of the webinar, identifying which panelist your question is directed to, and we will read the questions aloud to the panelists to answer. Just a reminder that we ask the media to use the Q&A function through the webinar, and we will read the questions aloud to the panelists.
We're just trying to connect to the media questions here.
First up, we have a question from Ron Joffe from the Amherstburg's Rivertown Times. This question is for Mayor DiCarlo. When is the shovel expected to be in the ground for the Concession 5 North Bridge?
The engineering will be next year. And so the shovels should be in the ground the following year.
Thank you. Our next question comes from Rob Hindy from AIM 800. Rob's question is for Eric Kazmierczak. Is this new funding from the federal government, and what is the breakdown for Amherstburg?
Thank you very much, Rob, for your question. Really great to hear from you. This is funding that has been budgeted, and so this simply describes the projects that received funding from budgeted amounts. And so the town of Amherstburg received 1.725 million from the federal government, has received 1.149 roughly from the provincial government, and the municipal government is responsible for $575 roughly $1,000 on their side. Hope that answers your question, Rob.
If there are no other questions from the media, I would like to take a moment to thank our esteemed panelists and to all of those who participated in today's announcement. If there are any further questions, you're welcome to contact the media relations staff listed in the media advisory. And this concludes our conference.
Thank you very much, everyone. Have a safe summer.
Great to see you, Bob. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you all. Have a great summer.
Mayor DiCarlo, maybe we'll see you at AIM or a good road sometime.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll say hello to Percy Hatfield for me.
Will do.
Well, thank you so much.
Bye now.